there is a waitress in New Jersey, Bridgewater, New Jersey, by the name of Dayna Morales. And apparently she works at some Asian bistro. And she made headlines recently because she alleged that a couple came to eat at a restaurant and she served them, but they refused to leave a tip. She said that instead of leaving a tip, they left a note on the receipt that said the following: "I'm sorry, but I cannot tip because I do not agree with your lifestyle." So she's a lesbian, and you know, apparently she says that this couple didn't like the way that she carried herself, that she's a lesbian. They didn't want to tip her. It made national headlines. People were outraged by it. Of course, every time these tipping stories come out or these receipt stories come out, people love to jump on it, which I got a little tired of, which is why I didn't want to cover it. Yeah, no more tipping stories.
I read this story. I read it on Huffington Post, and I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, I swear to God, I was like, no way. Like, who would write that? And also, the handwriting was super neat. Like, it was definitely a woman who wrote that. It's definitely a woman's handwriting. And I mean, look, it's not like I thought she wrote that herself. I'm just like, I just couldn't believe that. Who would do that? You would just not leave a tip. You wouldn't say why.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Look, there are definitely hateful people. I'm going to argue that the handwriting is not neat. The handwriting looks disastrous.
Yeah, it's not as neat as I remember.
Yeah, but you're right. I do agree that, generally speaking, people don't go out of their way to be that cruel, right? So I thought it was also very suspicious, and now it turns out that our suspicions have been confirmed.
Yeah.
Because it turns out that the couple they're completely anonymous. No one knows who they are. They have gone forward to talk to NBC News in New York, and they told reporters there that this is all made up. In fact, they provided NBC News with the customer copy of the receipt, indicating that they actually did leave a tip for $18, and on top of that, of course, they didn't leave any type of hateful note. Now, I should note that this is just a customer copy. It's not a carbon copy, so it is highly likely that they could just totally make that up, right?
Or everybody's just mistaken here, and they ordered the exact same things, resulting in a bill of $87.43 with a tax of $612.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but probably
seems
not
unlikely
because
the dates match and the timestamp, right? So
everything matches.
Right.
So another thing that they provided to the reporters was their credit card statement, which had the total amount, which of course included the tip.
Oops.
So the whole story, based on the information and the evidence that was presented, was completely made up. This woman got $1,000 in donations after she came out and said that she was discriminated against. So she said that she was going to donate that money to a charity called Wounded Warriors. She was also in the military. Who knows what she's really going to do with that money? But I love the fact that the couple came forward and said, no. This is not the case. In fact, on top of it, we're actually very supportive of the gay community. They said that they didn't want to vote for Chris Christie because he was against gay marriage. So, as it turns out, we do disapprove of Dayna Morales' lifestyle because her lifestyle is the lifestyle of a liar. Yes. Wow, what a great story. I love that that people came forward. So what would possess somebody to do that, to make that whole thing up? I mean, that's a degree of psychosis that I guess we can't quite imagine. Or self-loathing, that you'd actually write somebody saying this about you. You know, I mean, she needs, I'm not saying she needs to talk to somebody. She does. I mean, there have been stories in the past where you've had people, I believe it was a lesbian woman, I don't remember her name, but she carved hateful things onto her own body, and she claimed that she was the victim of an anti-gay hate crime. And then it turned out that it was all made up. She did it to herself. And so I don't know what the exact medical term for it is, but there are people out there that get some sort of enjoyment out of being a victim. I don't know if that's the case here, and I don't want to psychoanalyze her, but I will say that if there is a way to return that money to people, she should definitely return it, because she received it upon false pretenses, and it's disgusting that she made up something like that. What if, and you know how crafty Anonymous is, right? What if Anonymous decided, hey, this is going to be one of our causes, and we're going to find the couple and we're going to shame them, right? That kind of vigilante justice happens time to time. The poor couple, they would be devastated, and they didn't do anything wrong. It would appear not. Yeah. It's yeah, I mean, providing NBC the bill, the credit card bill really makes it clear that they didn't just write one thing on their copy and then fake the customer copy. Yeah, whatever, they wouldn't do it. And also, didn't she reveal something when asked about it? Yeah, so a reporter, unfortunately we couldn't show you the news report, we don't have copyright to it, but a reporter approached her and said, you know, wouldn't you be upset if someone had done this to you? And she's like, yeah, I guess I would be a little upset.
Right, so
she just admitted that she totally made that up.
Wow, man, that is rough. That is rough.